What is going on, guys? It's your boy icjosh, and we're actually gonna go ahead and do the Zamasu event in the background. But what we're gonna actually talk about is Dokkan Battle, and should we actually get a new meta at some point in time, and possibly talk about some cards that can implement into the game in the future. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is basically, obviously, well, the first thing I said is a new meta. So here for a while, we've had basically the same meta now, where it's our new is, well, +3 key, 120% up, and yeah, that's really about it. So at HP, attack, and defense up 120%, and basically everybody running either a mono, actual mono, whatever lead, or you're running, or you're just playing around and you're running a heroes lead, or you're running a villains team, basically. Like, that's what everybody kind of plays around with. So I'm thinking that a lot of people do necessarily complain a little bit now that some events are easier to beat than others, and I feel like they were in a good direction. Like, they were going in a good direction whenever they implemented the Super 17 event, to where Super 17 had his barrier, and he also, like, once you broke his barrier, he would basically absorb any key based attack and gain health back. I think that was a really good feature that they actually had. Now, I'm not saying that every event later on is probably going to be something like that. I'm just saying it's more unique to him. And then we have Janemba that dodges. I think Kid Buu supers a lot. What I'm thinking about is in our 2.5 year anniversary for JP, I'm thinking that after they get all these other little events out the way, they're probably going to implement that. They're going to implement a new system. And who do I think could possibly start out the new system? Either they're going to wait for the 2.5 and or the 3-year anniversary and give us Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would probably be the best fit to really put us into that mark, because, well, for one, he could basically, he's going to be overpowered, and whatever lead he would have been at the time would have been overpowered. And by the time he actually comes out, all of the events, we should all have our mono leads for everything. So we should have our mono lead for every type in the game, super and extreme. So that's why I say he could probably introduce a new meta, and they could possibly introduce new status effects into bosses. So basically, like Ultimate Ninja Blazing had the knockback feature, to where you can knock back cards into poison or on the field, anything like that. They can knock you back as well. I personally think that it'd be good if we had bosses that could, you know, crit you, or besides additional attack, because we already have some that can actually additional attack, but they could crit you. They could obviously, like Janemba, they could dodge you. I personally feel like that would actually be a really good feature to have, and would make a lot of events even harder. But the one thing that I'm kind of looking forward to a lot is possibly a new mechanic for orbs. Maybe they introduce a new black or new question mark orb that lets you either heal yourself, damage yourself, or your attack is lower. And then they could possibly introduce cards into the game that could actually use those orbs, those new orbs that they had, like the type banners that let you have like a, you know, an extreme or a super that lets you use it. They can actually have a card, just maybe one card for each as well, that lets you use those black or question mark orbs. We'll just call them question mark orbs for now. But I personally feel like that would be a good thing, and it possibly have a lot more use for, you know, older newer cards, and more people want to go for this new meta. It would basically, it probably have more teams feel a lot better, because, you know, there would be a more risk in an actual, you know, boss event. Say you're going up against Janemba again, and you're sitting there with a bunch of, you know, question mark orbs on the side, and you're like, well, should I, you know, do this or should I do that? I'm gonna leave those orbs in until I can get my next rotation to come in. I personally feel like that would be a really good thing to actually see. I don't know about, I won't speak for everybody else on that one, but I personally feel like that would be a really awesome thing to actually see, you know, orbs that can, you know, do status effects against you as well, bosses being a little bit more harder and having a little bit more interaction, like Janemba, and it caused more frustration, but also feel a lot better once you beat those events. Now, as for the leads of a new meta and having Gogeta, I'm pretty sure everybody could probably be in agreement of Gogeta probably being probably a rainbow lead for supers, and they could probably introduce a new Omega Shenron as well for that. But for their leads, I would say that since everything would probably be scaled up harder, it would make sense for them to be at least +3 key and 150, and maybe have limitation on something in it, or they could possibly take out, well, I don't say they would take out the key. They could lower the key. Maybe the key won't be +3 anymore. Maybe it would be just 2 key, and then, you know, have the 150%, or not. Or maybe they can have 2 cards. Maybe they can implement 2 cards that have that. And before I do this, let me be quiet really quick, because making me more key though. Yeah, we'll do that. Pretty sure he's gonna hit me really hard though. But back to what I was saying, you could actually have either, you know, the 2 key or maybe 3 key. Who knows? Who knows? But you guys can suggest in the comment section below what you think a good new meta change could be, and if you actually like what I said, you could actually comment that below or add things to it in your own nature. But the next thing I actually want to talk about is cards, and this was a pretty cool one because we've had a lot of people in live streams suggest cards that are pretty freaking awesome. We had someone suggest that we should get an LR, I think it was LR Z Fighters, an LR Z Fighters card, which is pretty freaking cool. And I think while we were in the stream, we talked about who would be on it, and it would probably basically consist of maybe TN, probably it'd be TN, Yamcha, Chaozu, Krillin, and probably Yajirobe. And the reason why I say those guys is because Piccolo already has an LR, Goku already has an LR, Gohan already has an LR, Majin Vegeta already has an LR, so you can't necessarily probably put them all in there that way. But that's why I basically said them, which would be pretty freaking awesome to really see that card, because I'm thinking maybe they'd probably be either physical or an agility, and I'm probably leaning more to agility because of how other response time in the actual anime or you know, the movies where they go up against a boss, they all join in. They're usually really quick on the scene to, you know, face the enemy. So I would think maybe it would be an agility. But another one is cards that we don't have. Cards that we have not actually seen in the actual game itself. Now, there are a good little bit of cards that we haven't actually seen. And one of those being, well, we haven't seen Lord Slug. We haven't seen Garlic Jr. We haven't seen Harudegar. We haven't seen Tapion. We haven't seen Dr. Willow. You know, I'm pretty sure, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this right now. I'm gonna say everybody here is in agreement that we don't want to see no damn Bio Broly. But everybody else, we haven't seen these cards. And we haven't seen a false Super Saiyan Goku, which could be pretty cool to actually see. I wouldn't mind seeing a false Super Saiyan Goku, but for these movie characters, it'd be really awesome to see. Oh shit, he actually might beat me here, because I forgot I'm actually super in here. Wait a minute, this is panic right now. This is panic. I'm low key sweating. Oh shit. Oh shit. I should have healed.
These nuts.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he beat me. That's the first time he beat me on camera. That's the first time he beat me on camera. Bruh. Perfect. For the sake of the video. For the sake of the video. Just hashtag you was talking too much and you got fucked up. You was talking too much and got fucked up. That's that low key. That's literally low key despair. Like, let's just move on. Let's just move on. You triggered me. You triggered me, Merge Zamasu. I might have to whoop your ass on live stream tonight. I might have to whoop your ass on live stream tonight. But going back to these cards that we actually haven't seen. So I wouldn't mind seeing Lord Slug. I think Lord Slug would be a really good one. I don't think they would be bosses. I think they would be more stories. You could give all these guys like the actual like movie story. Possibly like what was it? Dr. Willow's World's Strongest. That could be a story. You can get Dr. Willow. Maybe you get his medals. Dokkan awaken that SR card into an ultra rare. Do the same thing for maybe I want to say you could possibly do the same thing for the Slug. Maybe even a Goku, a false Super Saiyan Goku as well for the event. You could do a lot with those. You could also have a an Elder Lord Slug and a Youth Lord Slug. I'm pretty sure the Youth Lord Slug would possibly be Dokkan Awakened, and then he would probably have that chance to go his giant form. We could have those cards in, and Tapion is a really good one because you could actually have Tapion by himself and Harudegar by himself, or you can have a card with if they want to be lazy, they can have a card with both of them put together, where you have Tapion and Harudegar and basically like the Grade 8 chance that it has like a chance for Harudegar to escape and go into the Grade 8 kind of form and do more damage that way. Like, I think that would be a really awesome and fun thing to actually have, because he would be like probably the first ever dual type of maybe intelligence. No, well, not intelligence. He'd either be a dual type for super and extreme. I think that would be awesome to really see. But there's mountains of other cards that they haven't put into the game, or characters they haven't put into the game that they could also put in the game. We have from Dragon Ball Super. You can have Monica in there. He could be a gag for a team or something like that. Maybe he's like does really low damage but has a chance to stun like almost all the time or anything like that. Like you could do so much with Dokkan Battle, and then actually bringing in a new meta, bringing in new cards, anything like that would be absolutely amazing. So let me know in the comment section below, guys, who out of all these cards, and if you have any other characters that I haven't even suggested, who would you actually like to see in the in Dokkan Battle more than the others? Who would be your favorite? Like mine probably right now would probably be Tapion, just because he's just underrated, and I would like to see a really awesome first Tapion card in the actual game. But let me know in the comment section below, guys, if you enjoyed the video. Smack a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Hashtag RIP Merge Zamasu. I'm probably gonna have to whoop his ass on live stream tonight. He just embarrassed me all on this video, so it's probably gonna go down tonight, probably around 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, like it usually is, guys. So like I said, if you enjoyed the video, smack a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Have a wonderful day, guys. It's Memorial Day. Have a wonderful Memorial Day, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Plus 3 key HP, attack, and defense 30%. I mean, better. Final Spirit cast 1 turn. Attack is increased significantly, giving super oversized damage to the opponent.